right, and then we'll turn on your microphone.
Desert Financial Credit Union is located at 300 North Sea Line Highway. Walmart. Their number is 602-433-7000.
And we'd like to thank Desert Financial Credit Union for sponsoring our KRIM Community Spotlight program. Good morning, Rim Country. Chris Higgins in the studio this morning on this beautiful Tuesday morning. Hope you're enjoying your morning out there, and if you can get out today, take a nice walk around Green Valley Lake. Just enjoy the beautiful weather and scenery that we are blessed to be surrounded by up here in Payson. So this morning we're going to be talking High Country Garden Club, and we have Denise Johnson and Jack Clutie in the studio this morning. Thank you both for coming in.
Oh, we're glad to be here.
Thanks for having us.
Hey, you are very welcome. And we're going to be really highlighting their big annual plant sale that is this Saturday, right, Jack?
Saturday morning from 7 o'clock, we'll be there selling over 1,000 plants, all grown locally.
Wow.
So we were there from 7 till noon. And get there early, things go fast.
Okay, and that's right there in the Big Lot parking
We've been
lot.
there for I don't know how many years now, but it's at the east end of the Bashers Parking Center, right next to Manzanita.
Okay.
And that is the Big Lots area right back there.
All
And we'll take up most of that area. There's good parking all around there. So, and we're under tents for the most part, so I don't care how sunny and nice it is, you'll be comfortable out there.
Nice, and so that's right behind El Rodeo, the
Yes.
Mexican
Exactly.
restaurant right on the corner of Manzanita and 260. And then on the end of the building that Big Lots is in, so there's that parking lot right there off Manzanita, and that's where the High Country Garden Club will be set up, selling, like you said, over 1,000.
We'll have well over 1,000 plants. I don't know
Wow.
how many there is total, but when I was at our last plant sale meeting and I was listening to the different chairmen of the departments talking about how many they had, why there was 385 iris. There was 400 and something perennials, and it goes on and on like that. So we've got succulents and cactus and the house plants, herbs, lots of herbs.
Wow.
Yesterday a lady told me I've got 100 oregano to deliver. So
Wow.
And we should have about that many basil
yes, and a lot of basil too. Yeah.
Yeah.
and vegetables.
Vegetables,
So everybody
oh.
who's looking for tomatoes and peppers especially.
Wow.
Yeah,
Lots
I
of
managed
those.
to grow maybe 24 big beef tomatoes this year. And according to Dorothy Howell, who is our guru for vegetables and a lot of other things, they looked really good. So this will be my first year growing successfully. The other 2 years, she said, nice try. But really, it wasn't something, they were more window decoration than they would have been getting any tomatoes. But they look like they're good. They're great big beef tomatoes, so I think they're gonna be good. And some peppers. So we've got, everybody, this is the type of thing that we do. All of our members are growing. And we start basically right after Christmas. They're already thinking, all right, the first week of January, the plant sale committee has a meeting. Get the people together and let's start laying things out for the year. And it isn't long before they're having, planting from seeds. They're having a party and we're doing seedling planting. So.
So this is great. All of the plants, again, are grown by High Country Garden Club members, right, Denise?
Right.
Pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah. We do have a lot of people in the community that will call us and say, look, I've got, for instance, I have a lot of iris, I've got too many, they need to be weaned out. Can you come and, would you like some of them? Well, we'll come and dig out 100 iris and take them over to somebody's house, and then we have people who are iris experts who will help us, and we'll clean them up and pot them and get them ready for, identify them where we can. We also have a nice group of unidentified iris, so we don't know what color, we just know that they're bearded.
Might be a surprise.
They're bearded. They're bearded iris, and but they'll be marked unidentified for the color. Our Payson flower, which you probably know, the High Country Garden Club was instrumental apparently some years ago in getting the blue/purple iris designated as the Our Pace and Flower. And so we see a lot of those around town, and we sell a lot of those. And then the golden ambers are popular too, the little orange ones and the yellow ones, that type of thing. But these people call us and we go out and we dig up perennials and we dig up iris and whatever else that they'll give us. And somebody takes them home, makes sure that they stay healthy and repots them, and pretty soon they're ready for sale.
Wow. So a little bit about the High Country Garden Club, because if there's people listening or watching on our KRIM Radio Facebook live stream, if they haven't heard of the High Country Garden Club, exactly tell us, like, what does your group do? Tell us a little bit about your group.
Well, we're very much into education about growing all kinds of different things. So once a month, the first Thursday of the month, over at Mount Cross Lutheran,
Okay.
there on 260, we have a meeting and have a speaker come and talk to us about different subjects. So sometimes it's about soil and what you need to get stuff started. We've had people come and talk to us about all the special things that go on, and all the different plants that are out at Tonto National Park, the bridge.
Okay.
We've had the rangers come and talk to us. We've had folks come and talk to us about the Arizona native plant.
Yeah, Becky was
Yeah.
very good.
Becky Secchi.
Yeah, Becky Secchi, and that was an excellent, that's another good group in town that does native plants and zero escape. And she's president of the Tonto Basin chapter down in Tonto Basin.
right?
Hey, yeah, somewhere. So she does that, but yeah, we do. We get a lot of interesting speakers. We had a bee lady last year too from the University of Arizona Extension or something like that.
Wow.
She was really good. I learned more about bees than I ever thought. I thought they just stung you and gave you honey, and that was it. But it was yeah, she was very good. You know, the club has been around since 1997.
Okay.
So it is 37 years old. We still have one original member, Marilyn Castleman, who is still with us after all those years, and she comes to every meeting too. I guess we're not that big a kept secret. We are around town, but we don't toot our horn much. We don't spend a lot of money on advertising because we have a charitable function. So we prefer to give money where we can to things like the high school, and we work through Mrs. Hatch, the nurse there at Prescott High School, Payson High School, and we try to do things for students in need. They've got some programs there, and so we'll give gift cards for some of the grocery stores in town. She passes, and the fast food restaurants, and she will pass them on to students in need. So we're happy to do that type of thing. We support the Warming Center. We support the Friends of Rim Country out at the college. We give money to them so that they have a group of students who sometimes just find themselves short of cash, either for paying rent, they don't have gas money to get to school, they haven't got the money to pay the fees to take a test, and they've got a little fund for that, and we donate to that fund so that they've got that. We buy things like benches. We've got right now 2 benches on order with the Arizona Correctional Industries. And they're not cheap, but they'll last forever. They'll be around forever. And you may see them, one of them's at the visitor center, one's at the library, one is at the Humane Society. Well, we've got 2 more coming. We've got another one coming to the Humane Society, which will be the back of their new memorial garden, which we hope to help them complete this spring or early summer. And we've got another one coming for the library. And like I say, they're expensive, and they do say our name on them. People don't recognize us, you know, that much. We try to wear these shirts around.
I saw that.
I get them dirty so often. I can't wear them, you know, that long, and they're back in the thing again. Mostly we're out doing things. We're picking weeds, and we're planting flowers, and we're throwing down mulch, and we're fixing broken irrigation lines at different places around town. And we spread ourselves fairly thin. Further.
And now you mentioned a couple of the organizations that you maintain, the gardens. in front of their buildings or at their facilities.
Yeah.
So visitor center being a big one.
That's more important. This is the first year I really was going over there. I was always working over at the Humane Society, and I would hear people mention the visitor center and Chamber of Commerce building, but, excuse me, I recognized when I went over there for the first time, and well, that's a nice garden. And I was just amazed at how many people come into our visitor center. And yesterday, a couple from Colorado stopped and talked to me and said, "God, this nice garden, we can't grow this in Colorado." They're all walking out with literature, they're all smiling, they're all talking, they're all looking at things. We get a lot of visitors up here that come to that visitor center.
Oh, yeah.
It's very important, and I thought, we need to keep that garden looking really nice for these people. That's the first thing, they come into town and park and they're walking into our visitor center. So we need to keep that nice. The library, two gardens on either side as you walk in the front door. In conjunction with C&E Hawkins at the library and her kids group, we've put together these two gardens, and they get a tremendous amount of compliments. People walk in and say, "Gosh, that looks nice." A pop of color here and there.
Yeah.
So we take care of that. The Rim Country Museum is something new for us anyway. They've got their own staff out there of volunteers who do a great job, but we helped get that all looking nice. We've got a little bit more to do, finish up there. The big one this year is going to be the Humane Society. They want to get this memorial garden going.
That's right.
That's a really neat project, and a lot of physical work on that one. So I've got to get over there.
Yeah. And that, I think we maybe will talk about that a little bit on Thursday, because Lucy, the director,
Oh, is she going to be here?
She comes in once a month with the Humane Society to talk about events that they have coming up. And I know before the program you mentioned, Jack, that May 18th event that they have at the Humane Society.
Right.
So, you know, we've mentioned, she's talked about their memorial garden a little bit on the program. And I saw a post on their Facebook page where they have some rocks that they have out there now, and so they're starting to.
You tell Lucy for me, we're going to get it done. It's just that I can't get it done by May 18th. But I tell you what, I've taken my spot in the garage for my truck right now, and it has 5 or 6 pieces of plywood all cut out and painted, which are going to be the base for the dog's paws. Which is, I mean, we've been thinking about this. It's really on our mind. We want to get it done, and it's going to be really neat. The rocks that she's done. She did some of them herself, and I told her the other day, looking at them, I said, "You really raised the bar on this thing." She did a gorgeous job on that. So, and it's a great idea. I hope people really respond to it. We've had a couple of dogs die on us, and we intend to, do some painting too.
Yeah.
But that'll have to be my wife. I don't paint like that. No.
Yeah, and if you just tuned it in or just started watching our live stream on our KRIM Radio Facebook page, talking to Jack Flutie and Denise Johnson with the High Country Garden Club, and want to remind everyone this Saturday, starting at 7 a.m. in the parking lot right there behind El Rodeo, the Mexican restaurant on the corner of Manzanita and 260, and at the end of the Big Lots building, in that parking lot right there that borders Manzanita, they're going to have their annual plant sale. There's going to be over 1,000 plants out there, everything from flowers to vegetables, everything in between, cactus, succulents, you name it. If it grows up here, it sounds like, as far as if it's a plant, it's going to be there.
We'll have some small trees.
And I'd be remiss if I didn't mention too, we have a big raffle. We only get about 10 or 11 items. We try to keep it to that.
Okay.
And then we put buckets in front of each one so people can buy the tickets and put it in the bucket of the item that they want.
Okay.
And we're still collecting things, but I know right now we have a big whiskey barrel filled with plants. We have a patio fire pit heater that's brand new. It's a big square thing that sits on the ground that you can use as a table. It's got a fire pit in the middle of it, brand new, never been used. Nice. And we have a compost tea kit. This is one of the members of the club that actually has a business making compost tea. I'm dying to find out what all this is. He's speaking at our June meeting.
Yeah, making compost.
Compost tea. And I know he's got a bucket. Yeah, I saw it. It's all buckets and PVC going in there. I have no idea how it is, or whether you could get a chai tea as well. It's just a regular tea. But I'm looking forward to that. He's speaking at our June meeting. We have a nice patio set, table and chairs, and I know they've got a really nice bench, garden bench. Now, I haven't heard yet, Home Depot always comes through for us, as does Ace Hardware. And I know that Linda Bo was out collecting from these people. We tried to limit it to 10. And the other thing we have is a bake sale.
Oh,
And
okay.
this has also been very popular, and both the bake sale and the raffle are just, they're good fundraiser, honestly, for the club, because it doesn't really, they're all donated items, so it doesn't cost us anything. And we certainly put that money to good use in the community.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, tell us a little bit about where the money goes. You know, the different...
This year we have cut, we kind of changed our focus, and we're trying to spread money around to people that need it more. And so we're giving a lot more to the Payson Unified School District. We're giving more to the Warming Center.
Okay.
We added the Friends of Rim Country.
Okay.
We're going to add, we like at Christmas to do the Christmas Angel program, but for seniors.
Okay,
There's a lot of seniors, and we've only been able to do around 15 or so. We'd like to increase that by quite a bit, so that we can come up with some really nice baskets of things for seniors at Christmas. What else are some of the things? Well, the park benches, the benches alone, that eats, they're expensive.
More expensive.
Yeah, it's the most expensive item, and plus all the plants that we'll be buying and things. You know, we for the most part, or for the visitor center, we were just out at Plant Fair Nursery buying plants and mulch and things like that. It doesn't take long. We try to keep a little bit of money in the bank, but this is our one fundraiser of the year. Our dues are very nominal, so we don't get much from that. It's strictly this fundraiser.
So, yeah, and again, the fundraiser is their annual plant sale for the High Country Garden Club, and it's this Saturday, starting at 7 a.m., right behind, in the parking lot behind El Rodeo and next to the Big Lots building. You won't be able to miss it. I mean, with over 1,000 plants out there, bake sale, all the raffle items. Wow.
Now, this year we take credit, we're gonna be able to take credit cards this year too, Chris. That's something we have not been able to do in the past. This year we can take your, if you got your MasterCard or your Visa, we'll be happy to take it.
Yeah, that makes it convenient.
Well,
so yeah.
It does. We've had people in the past that, they drive by on the highway, see what we're doing.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't carry that kind of cash with them, and most everybody doesn't carry a checheckbook anymore with them either.
So it's nice to be able to take a card like that.
Yeah.
Now, when I ask, you mentioned, Denise, when your meetings are, and is it open to anyone that would like to come to the meeting?
Absolutely.
And, maybe is interested in joining?
Absolutely.
Okay.
We start at 5:30.
Yeah.
And our meetings last an hour and a half usually, between an hour and a half and 2 hours, depending on how long the speaker goes. Excuse me. We try to do, it's a social meeting as well as an educational meeting and a basic club meeting. So.
Gotcha. So, yeah, if you're listening or, again, watching and you'd like to learn more about the High Country Garden Club, or if you're interested in joining, please check out that meeting. Now, at the sale this Saturday, it sounds like a lot of the members will be out there and the people that have grown these plants. So, when people are buying the plants, they're able to ask questions as far as the care. And
all the department heads are going to be wearing a red hat. Okay, department heads are going to be wearing a red hat. They let me wear one because I'll be at the checkout counter. And they also have a lot of information in the terms of like irises. They'll have pictures of the irises, what they're going to look like. They'll have some growing instructions. My wife grows some Ficus benjaminas, the fig trees, small ones that are inside. They're indoor plants, but we take them outside all summer long on the porch. They work great, and as soon as it gets close to being really cold, they come in the house and we
Inside.
decorate them a little bit, but she puts a sheet on the front of them describing
okay.
what they are, and they're so easy to take care of. So you'll see that on a lot of different plants, and the department heads will be able to tell you
Yeah.
what to do and how to take care of
Pretty
them.
much every department has a notebook
Okay.
that has a lot of pictures and a lot of information in there, so people can take a look at those as well.
Mm-hmm.
But definitely all the staff are members of the
Mhm.
club, so you have people who specialize in houseplants,
Mm-hmm.
who might not know a lot about tomatoes, but somebody else,
Yeah, right.
somebody else in the veggie department will know.
Yeah, and the other thing you mentioned, all the herbs that'll be there, the
Oh,
herbs.
yeah,
Yes.
there'll be a lot of
Yeah.
them. There'll be a lot of herbs.
Yeah, basil and what's the other?
Basil, oregano,
Oregano.
what's
So
some of
there's
it?
probably dill. I haven't talked
Mhm.
to Donna to see what else
Mm-hmm,
I
is
know.
out there. I think we have some chives.
mm-hmm,
Oh, lots of chives. I know they've got chives, yes.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're all, I mean,
Well, the usual stuff.
the usual stuff, yeah, they will all be there. So,
Yeah,
it gets to be so widespread all over the place. Any place you walk into, you're gonna see a ton of flowers, a ton of
Wow.
greenery, not flowers, I don't mean that, but a ton of greenery.
Yeah.
So you've got, yeah,
A lot of perennials, a lot of the things that are drought tolerant,
uh-huh,
heat tolerant, that grow well here.
yeah.
and they know whether it's elk resistant or not too.
Oh,
Yeah,
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 that's
something
to consider.
Yeah.
Oh, it is up here. It is up here for sure. We try to do anything that we can. We plant for all the different areas up here. We try to do elk resistant planting.
Yeah.
It's important.
No, and again, this is the High Country Garden Club annual plant sale. That's this Saturday, so make sure that's on your calendar. It starts real nice and early, 7 a.m. And so-
We'll be there at 5. Don't come at 5.
No,
We
no,
won't
no.
be ready.
Don't come at 6.
Yeah, we'll be working Friday
be
night.
there.
We'll be working Friday night to get it all set up.
Mhm.
Saturday morning, we're there very early, and we're ready to go at 7 because we know there'll be people walking around at 6:45 looking at plants and ready to go.
Yes.
And
Oh, yeah, and it looks like beautiful weather too. This
that-
Yes, it should be
yeah,
really nice.
I think it's gonna be a
So-
great day for the garden sale, the plant sale, yeah.
Forecasted, it looks like to be 74 degrees and sunny. A lot better than this past Saturday.
Yes.
So you're happy that you didn't have the sale.
I'll tell you.
Yeah, that was a good thing.
We
Yeah.
we were thanking our lucky stars on that. You know, something
Yeah.
I didn't mention about the club too,
Uh-huh.
that I'd be remiss, especially since we bring Dorothy Howell's name up so much. Dorothy always runs the horticulture exhibit at the floriculture, horticulture at the North Heel County Fair every year, coming up in September. And we participate in that, so our members go in there and take shifts and stay in those sections so that we can answer questions for people. And we're always there, Dorothy runs it, but we're always there with club members to talk about the different things and tell people ask, well, what is that, you know?
Yeah.
And, well, how does it grow locally? Well, yeah, the guy planted it and brought it here to the fair, you know, so, yeah, I mean, it is fun, and we do a nice job. We also clean up the highway. We're twice a year on 87. You'll find us out there in our, safety jackets cleaning up the highway. So those are little things that you do that you forget to mention. The trunk or treat program. We had a nice display in the back of my little old pickup truck last year, a trunk or treat, and gave out tons of candy. I didn't think there was that many kids
Yeah.
in this area.
Yeah.
So that line stretched along Green Valley Parkway or whatever it is up there, that road that goes up. It was like ending. I kept looking, thinking, are these kids going back in line again and coming through? And no, we're not seeing the same kids over and over again.
Yeah.
That thing was terrific. Anyway, put on by the Parks and Rec Department, it was great. They kept coming by with Home Depot buckets of candy and refilling. I mean, we came with a bunch of candy.
Yeah.
And they kept refilling. So
Oh.
those are little things that make it fun. We get a lot of participation from club members. They like to come out for that too.
Well, and speaking of kids and going back to the county fair, we do the kids table
Okay, yeah.
at the county fair. So
Yeah.
it's the only display where the kids can handle things.
Mm-hmm.
So we try and put out all kinds of fruits and veggies so that they can actually see where their food is coming from,
Uh-huh.
handle it, and then we encourage members to bring interesting looking things from the
Uh-huh.
garden. So sometimes we get some really wild looking seed pods. Sometimes we get, one of the farmers from Star Valley brings some giant squash.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm glad you mentioned Northern Gila County Fair. That's, boy, that'll be here before we know it.
I know
September
it.
8th
Yeah.
is when the Northern Gila County Fair takes place the 6th through the 8th that weekend. And it's the 70th anniversary
Oh, no kidding.
of the Northern Gila County Fair. So, yeah, their 70th year anniversary this year. And we'll be talking with them a lot, Faith Lowry and others, about what is going on at the fair. That's in September, but this Saturday is the High Country Garden Club annual plant sale. And you don't want to miss that. 7 a.m. is when it starts, and that's right there in the parking lot next to the east of Big Lots they're building, behind El Rodeo, the Mexican restaurant, right off Manzanita. You can't miss it. There'll be a ton of plants out there. And they'll take cards this year. So
Yep,
Yes.
credit cards this year.
Yeah.
credit
yes.
cards, so you don't, if you don't have cash on you, hey, they can still get your money, and you can still buy plants.
And no limit to how many they can buy.
And there's no limit.
No
Yeah,
limit.
there's no plant limit. You won't hurt their feelings if you buy
Yeah.
a truck full.
That's right, and we'll help you load, yeah, right.
And then help you load them up. All right. Well, anything else like that, Jack or Denise?
Well,
You know?
Put a little plug in. We
Okay,
have a page on Facebook.
Yeah. Okay.
So you can look
yes.
us up there, and we have a website,
Okay.
highcountrygarden.org.
All right, so yeah, you can get more information about the club. And again, if you would like to check out a meeting, when are those meetings again?
First Thursday of the month,
Okay,
5:30 in the evening at the Mount Cross Lutheran Church in their, they call it the Log Cabin Building.
in the log cabin building there, yeah. So right by the Peace and Morning Center.
Yes.
Right
Yeah.
Yeah, right
next
there,
to-
yep, we go by,
where-
yep.
Yep, and their bunkhouse there. So there we go. Well, thank you again, Jack,
thank you.
Denise, for coming
Thank you
on
for
this
having
morning.
us. We really appreciate you coming on your show. This is 2 times this spring now we've been on here, so we appreciate it.
Oh, you're so welcome. Well, we appreciate everything you do for the community, keeping all those buildings looking real pretty with the gardens in front of them, and yeah, the benches, everything else, the cleanup, highway cleanup. So you guys are doing a lot in the community, and it's greatly appreciated.
But glad to do it.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for listening and watching. Time to get back to the music here on KRIM. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day.